Hello, my name is Andrew Schlegel and welcome back to Learn English Now. In this lesson, we're going to continue on with the use of the family tree for basic conversation. Okay, the student's background in this course is beginner to intermediate students. They know some vocabulary and sentences, and the lesson objective is the students will be able to start and carry basic conversations with any native speaker by learning the relationships of family members and various activities and information about family members. Okay, so this is pretty much the outline of today's lesson. We're going to first discuss the objectives, which we just did, and then we're going to review the last lesson's vocabulary and the model, and then we're going to try a guided practice. With the guided practice, we're going to use skits. And then we're going to do the independent practice, which is going to allow you to incorporate technology and use websites to create your own skits. And then then I'm going to show you how we'll go over the assessment, which we probably won't reach the assessment today. Okay. Okay, so you remember in the previous lesson, um, we had a family tree. I gave you a family tree, and your goal was to fill in your family member's name. So for example, you are here in this green box, and then your father's name or your dad's name goes in this box, your mother's name goes in this box, and then your mother's name. Okay, so you get the idea. Everybody's been through this. This is just a quick review, and the idea is that we want to incorporate these relationships such that you're able to ask people questions about their family and answer questions about your family, because the whole point is everybody has family members. So if you can discuss their family members and you know what they're talking about, you can start a conversation with any English speaker. And the idea here is to start using the language, because that's when you really learn it. If you just study it out of a book or practice with your uh, classmates all the time, that's great. But the way to really learn a language is to use it with the native speakers. Okay, so then we had mine. I gave you my family tree. I put my father's name here was Chris, my mother's name was Sue, etc. I filled this out. And then I gave you a more advanced family tree such that you could fill out the whole thing. So you are here, your mother is here, your father is here. For example, your uncle is here, which would be your father's brother, and your mother's sister, things of that nature. Okay, so just to quickly review, I'm not going to go through all of this because we did this vocabulary last week and many of you were doing very good on it. Can anybody tell me what the relationship of a grandfather is? Please. Yes, you're correct. That's the parent of your parent. Okay, can anybody tell me the relationship of a grandchild? Exactly, very good. That's the children of your children. Okay, so I think you guys got this down. You worked through it pretty well last class, and here's just a review: your intermediate family, your different generations. So please go over that if you feel like you need more practice, but we're going to start incorporating this into the lessons today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is give you a guided practice on how to create a skit. Okay, so I'm going to be speaking to this gentleman right here. Okay, so for example, I would say, "Sir, do you have a father? What is his name?" And he would reply, "Yes, I have a father. His name is Jeff." Now, the idea is you don't have to do that same response. You can say, "Yes, I have a mother," or "My brother's name," if the question is different. Okay, so for example, I could say, "What is your father's occupation?" And then you could say, "My father is an engineer. Do you have any children?" Well, he could say, "My father is a teacher," or "My father is a CEO," or "My father is an accountant." You get the idea. Any occupation here. And then he could say, "Do you have a sister?" He doesn't have to say, "Do you have any children?" He could say, "Do you have a sister?" or "How many children do you have?" all this vocabulary that we've been using last week, you want to start working that in to these questions and answers, okay? So that's the idea here, okay? So then I respond, yes, I have 3 children. Thank you. Okay, so you get the idea here is you're going to create your own skits. But before we do that, let's do some independent practice and we'll go incorporate technology into this presentation, okay? By going to this website, which is a great website, you can click on this family. You can see there's a lot of information here about families that I would like you to work through, and it provides little games and such for you to play. Okay, so you want to come in here, and for example, here's a game you can play. Okay, so if you click on baby, right, you can also, you can hear the word pronounced, mother. Okay, so you hear the word pronounced. So I clicked on baby, okay? Now I take baby, now I go down here and click on baby and it puts the baby in there for me, okay? Now I can choose mother. Which one of these looks like a mother to you? Please. Ah, yes, you're correct. It is this one. Very good. So in that manner, you would fill out all of these, and then after you're done, like this is a brother, okay? So after you're done, you click on finish and it tells you your score, and you can keep practicing. So you get the idea. There's other games here. There's flashcards, there's songs, etc. Okay, so you come in here and work on that, okay? And then after that, you will create your own skits. Okay, you'll create your own skits just like I did on the guided practice one where he asked him how many children he had. You're going to do the same thing. So what you're going to do is you're going to get into groups, okay? And you'll discuss and create computer games, okay? How are you going to make computer games that would um, help students learn vocabulary and pronunciation, just like we did? So you discuss it, you work through it together, lay it out, figure out how you're going to do the computer games, okay? Now the computer games have to stay in line with the objective. Does anybody remember what the objective of this lesson is? Exactly, very good. Okay, so the idea is that you can just start speaking with any native speaker because every native speaker has a family, okay? You might have to be somewhat sensitive because, some people, their parents might have gone through divorce or, they may have someone in the family that passed away. So you got to think about these things and be a little sensitive. But, in general, everybody has some family. And if you can start asking questions about their family members, you can start conversation with them and start practicing your English with just anybody you meet, okay? Okay, also, this activity will redefine the way that students are learning the lesson by creatively discussing and using the tools that we use here to do the games and learn how to make your own games. So basically, you'll use the games at those sites and you'll try to figure out how could I make even a better game such that myself and other people could learn how to speak English about families even better. Okay, thank you very much and good job on the lesson.